Welcome, everyone, to the Tethys Shipyard. I am Takeshi Yamato, the Yardmaster, joining our host, the Housecoat Gamer.
Yo.
Pardon me, I'm recovering from the final stages of a head cold. Anyway, we're covering another Connie variant today. We're covering We're covering a Connie variant. We're covering the Vesper. You remember we did the Excalibur way back? This reskin of a Day 1 variant was released at about the same time and has its own lore from Thomas Morone. I will cover that lore, then Ron can deal with any issues, and if he needs to redo the lore completely, he can do that, and then we'll cover the stats. So, first up, Morone's lore. Smaller than the Excelsior-class heavy cruiser, the Vesper-Class was an attempt to coalesce all the capability of the Excelsior into a smaller space frame with lower crew requirements. The Vesper saw concurrent development with the Ambassador-class exploration cruiser project. The Vesper utilized new strip-style phaser emitter arrays and a dibernium hull coating, but to simplify its construction, its warp nacelles used the same coils as Block 2 Excelsior-class starships. While not cutting-edge, they were reliable and had been widely manufactured. To some degree, the Vesper suffered from its association with its larger cousin. The original prototype Ambassador proved too ambitious for its time, and underwent drastic redesigns that abandoned many of its original revolutionary features. With its proven warp engines, the Vespers were generally reliable. Still, the scandal around the Ambassador project cast doubt on associated technological initiatives, and the massive boom of UFP expansion during the peaceful post-Kittimer period required quantity over quality. Starfleet scrapped plans to refresh its cruiser force with dozens of Vespers, instead opting to invest in its collection of Miranda and Excelsior-class starships. Several Vespers did manage to enjoy a long service life, and their crews took pride in their esoteric Vespies. And that's it for Morone lore. Ron, go for it.
The only thing I would actually change is that this would be part of the developmental cycle. Now, this actually requires a little bit of a deviation. Hold on a moment. Yeah, we had to swap over to the Narendra class. Now, this is more of an aside, but it's actually necessary. For one simple reason. See, Starfleet does not build its ships in block numbers. They commission them in chronological order, just like the US Navy does. For example, if there's going to be a DDG 1 whatever, it's going to come after the ship that came after it, in both construction and commissioning. That's how it works. And, well, USS Ambassador's registry code is NX 10521. USS Vesper's registry code is 10109. That kind of says something.
It does.
The Ambassador did not come first. It means the Vesper-Class came out first. And this design kinda demonstrates it. After all, the design of the nacelles is more conservative. It looks more like the Excelsior class, but miniaturized. While still having a large number of elements from the, Ambassador program. And this is actually something that's done in real life all the bloody time. In case you hadn't noticed, While Starfleet's organization and traditions are naval in origin, in reality, almost everything, and I mean almost everything, regarding starship design is kind of based in aviation. Hell, Jeffries himself went aircraft logic when he designed the original Constitution class.
Yeah.
So when applying that logic to pretty much everything, this would be pretty much something of a Gen 3.5. I hate to say this, but she would be more akin to the F-14 Tomcat. And, judging from her service record, not as successful, though probably infinitely better than the Tomcat.
Yeah.
Yes, I hate the F-14. Get used to it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Design-wise, the whole build it in miniature actually has some precedent. You see, the F-117 Nighthawk had two predecessors, the Have Blue and the Hopeless Diamond. Both of those were essentially designs that led to the Nighthawk. Meaning, for lack of a better term, this thing is a Hopeless Diamond, or a Have Blue. I don't remember off the top of my head which came first. Actually, yeah, Have Blue immediately preceded the Nighthawk.
Ah.
So this is essentially the prototype for the entire family. In fact, I refer to this privately as the Vesper-Narendra era. As you might have noticed, there is another Lost Era starship in the line now. The Rapier. Still waiting on the Yushan, Moroni.
Yeah, or whoever's in charge of Decca nowadays.
Moroni's still the guy in charge of art development. Crypto's just a subdivision.
Yep.
Regardless, finish the bloody job. Tier 2's
Yes. Winning. Yes. I will mention further description on X. Say that a further discussion on X about the Vesper. Say that it was designed by the master of starship of designing obscure starships, especially going from models, E.C. Henry.
Well, the man's good at what he does. I won't deny that. Regardless, finish the bloody job.
Yeah, finish the bloody job and give us the rest of give us the rest of the Tier 2 ships.
Oh, there's only
We're gonna need
2 left.
Yeah.
And one of them is most definitely going to be Adi era. Gladius?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, the Gladius is probably going to be Adi era. The Ushan, probably TMP.
For all we know, they might turn the whole damn thing into a Picard era design. I don't know.
Yeah. Anywho, let's cover the Vesper stats. So, entered service date 23.
Well, she came out before the USS Ambassador, and she was introduced in 2319.
Yeah.
So this one would have to be right around the Tomed incident, early 24th century. I'm gonna say 24. I'm gonna say 2315 thereabouts.
2315. Okay.
And before anyone asks, I usually have this thing skinned up as a Connie refit.
Yeah.
That's
so
why the registry code's lower than it should be.
Yeah. So systems values. So scale 4, 2315, that's 51 points. So we'll start with the basics of just putting 8 in every system. That's 48 points.
Well, and she is supposed to be a second generation. I can't really say second generation, can I? She's a third generation Connie.
Yeah.
So she's just going to have to be an updated Connie with different weaponry.
Yeah. So let's see. The Connie 2 has Comm 7, Computer 7, Engines 9, Sensors 8, Structure 8, Weapons 8. And yes, we do have a video recorded of that will be uploaded at about the same time this is, which will be as soon as it's done.
Yeah, if I can find the bloody thing.
If we need to, we can redo it.
That's doable. Anyway, again, as I said, she's basically a new generation Connie in every way that matters.
Right, so we'll put engines at 9. I'll bring structure up to 9. Do we want engines 10 or sensors 9 or weapons 9?
Weapons. Those phaser arrays are quite reliable and have better firing arcs. You don't have to position as much when it comes to,
Yeah. Alright, so comms 8, computers 8, engines 9, sensors 8, structure 9, weapons 9. That looks good. Department modifiers. Let's see.
I don't see much point in changing it over the Connie 2.
So 1 point in command, 1 point in security, 1 point in science?
She's supposed to do the same job.
Alright. +1, +1, +1. And weapons, phaser arrays, photon torpedoes, strength 3 tractor beam?
Yeah, she wouldn't have much of a difference between the rest of the weaponry and the setting.
Yeah.
I don't think we actually did an Excalibur.
The Excalibur was one of our earliest vids, I think.
I meant the new ones.
Oh.
I'm checking.
Yeah.
We do not have an Wait. Yeah, we did one, but it might have to be updated.
Yeah, that was... The Excalibur was one of our first ones, and
It's been a while.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we'll do an update of that, and once we're done here.
Anyhow.
Yeah, anywho, talents, modular laboratories, and rugged design, or at least rugged design.
I don't see much point in changing it. Again, third generation Connie.
Yeah. Modular laboratories. Now, one last thing. If you will remember when we were discussing the Connie 2, I did mention that the people who did Utopia Planitia gave the Connie a variant of saucer separation as a special rule. All Constitution-class vessels have the ability to detach their saucer section in an emergency to be used as a lifeboat. However, unlike the saucer separation talent, the Constitution class is unable to redock the detached saucer with the secondary hull outside of a dry dock. Ship systems are halved, round down, for the saucer and the secondary hull when separated. The saucer is unable to enter warp speeds, and each section is considered a Scale 3 vessel. However, the saucer is able to land on a planetary surface with extended landing legs that fold down from the ventral side of its hull. In the original series era, the saucer has both phasers and photon torpedoes, and the secondary hull has only phasers, but the opposite is true after the refit program of the 2270s. Now, big question.
No.
Does
Just
Gotcha.
no.
Gotcha.
It's blended into the bloody hull. There is no saucer separation here. There's not even a seam like there is on the Galaxy class.
Fair enough.
Oh, and don't get me started on the Ross. Ugh. Why am I being asked to build one?
Yes, for those who are unaware of Rod's other job, he has taken up starship modeling. And he has been asked to do the Ross. I personally would love to see him do an Adamant, but that's just me. And I don't have the liquid funds available to commission.
I'm beginning to despise the entire Sovereign class subfamily. Just hate. Hate.
Right.
Oh. Anyway,
Yes. Last up, descriptor traits. Federation starship is the basic one. I can't think of anything else to add.
too early, too late.
I'll put that in.
This is in reference to the fact that it is essentially the prototype for the entire Narendra subfamily. Or rather, the Narendra Vesper era of starship design. Otherwise known as the Lost era.
Yeah. Alright, I'll put that all in quotes. Too early, too late.
And now to deal with a slight problem. The Vesper actually appears in the Star Trek Online Special Task Force operation, the Battle of Wolf 359, as the USS Shakari.
Ha!
Yeah, there's just one problem with that. The Shakari's registry code is far lower than the Vesper. But there's a good reason for this. It's not meant to be a Vesper.
It's meant to be a Connie?
No. She's meant to be a Shangri-La class.
Oh!
You see, the STF is based on the book We Have Engaged the Borg, an oral history of Wolf 359. A very excellently done little fan project that the boys on STO just went, you know what, let's just steal the whole damn thing. Or maybe they requested it. I'm not sure. I don't work for Cryptic.
Yeah. We wish he could, but apparently they don't hire anyone outside the U.S. and Ron lives in Canada.
Regardless, while the Shangri-La is coming to STO, somebody's been leaking things. I will not tell you who it is. But they have shown me the glory that is the Shangri-La, and it's coming in the 15th anniversary bundle. I am a happy gibble.
Yes. However, until that ship comes and they can put it into Wolf 359, they needed something to take its place. And this was that.
It was the closest thing they could come to for a Constitution for a ship of that general era. After all, the Constitution II class was long since retired by the era of TNG. The Shangri-La was not available, and this was the only thing that was, well, capable of taking up the job.
Indeed.
Now, I'm just going to be blunt here. I'm not happy about that, but what the hell? I'm not the one who designed it. Hopefully this will be fixed sometime soon, but until then, and if it doesn't happen, it's a programming error. Okay?
Okay.
It's a gaff, just like the early registry code for the Yamato that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And the Prometheus. Let's not start on that.
Yeah, let's not. In fact, let's just go ahead and end this video here so we can see about gathering together and or re-recording videos for the Connie 2 and the Exeter, and possibly a redo of the Excalibur.
Bye.